Good evening, listeners, and welcome back to our podcast 2023. Happy New Year to everyone, and I hope everyone had an enjoyable holiday and are ready for great things that will be happening in 2023. Before we get into talking a little bit about what's going to be happening in 2023, March 18, 2023 to be specific, let's talk about a little bit about what happened over the holidays. You know, grab the ladies of Global Women Enrichment. We always have a good time when we are on hiatus. So this time is no different. So to kick it off, I'll go ahead and I'll get my own things that happened out of the way. So I had my pumpkin visited me for the holidays. Those of you who don't know who my pumpkin is or may have forgotten, that is my little, my little boo. That's my one and only grandson. He's now 5, and he loves his glamour so much. You know, he insists on calling me glamour, and he was here for the holidays, also with his mom and his dad, and we had so much fun. We did a lot of things together, shopping, dining, and when it was all said and done, they of course had to go back home, and so we decided to go out of town for a little bit and ring in the new year, and that was so much fun as well. So that's enough about me. We went to a secret place and like, oh, secret place. And like, Sandra, I am not going to reveal where that secret place was. That's for me to know and for you to try and find
There's a
out.
beautiful song that I think talks about
A secret
the
place?
secret place.
Oh, really?
Yes,
Okay.
but it's a place where the presence of the Lord
Okay,
is
I know where
rich.
you went. I don't know if the presence
Okay?
of the Lord was there.
I'm
But,
sure the presence of the Lord was there.
Okay, at all times. All right. So tell us, Sandra, where was your secret place this time
Well,
around?
this year we spent Christmas at home. We didn't take off to our spiritual place.
Oh, no, it's a spiritual.
Secret
it's a
spiritual place
Okay.
until, for the new year. So for Christmas, we had everybody home. My husband was working on Christmas Day. So we did Christmas on Christmas Eve and had my older son and his wife and my younger son. And we had dinner after we went to our Christmas Eve service at church. So it was a warm, rich time. Again, the meal is always a pleasant thing, so I decided to keep it very healthy. There was not much of the carbs, and we had a wonderful time together. And then Christmas Day, I got to sleep in. What
Nice.
a wonderful
Beautiful.
feeling. I decided I was going to stay in bed all day Christmas, and that's exactly what I did. Can you believe it? Watch TV and stay in my bed. That's amazing.
That
That's
is
a
amazing.
gift to myself. And then after that, on the 29th, we took Bella up to visit her family that gave Bella to me. In case you don't know, that's my 4-pound
A
Yorkshire
puppy.
Terrier. She's 13. She's no puppy. All right. Very feisty and in charge. So we took her for her vacation
Oh,
for a
wow.
week. And then we headed to our beautiful secret place in South Carolina. Yeah, beautiful place where you dwell in the presence of the Lord and we just veg. It's all about family and spiritual time and refreshing, reflecting on the year past and looking forward to the new year, our dreams, our expectations, what we want to do as a family, and talking about work-life balance. And it's not into the new year yet. We don't make resolutions, but I did tell the family that it's time for me to back up a little bit and slow it down. So
Oh, praise
that's
the
what
Lord
we're
for that.
doing.
Okay.
Wow.
So we had a wonderful Christmas.
That's awesome.
That's wonderful.
And listen, we are going to hear where Laura went. And I am so jealous.
Why?
I
Don't
don't
covet.
know why. I don't know why she didn't tell me about it in advance, like way in advance.
So
I
you
could have
could go?
accompanied her. I could have been her escort. I mean, we could have done so
That's so
much. I mean, if I
suspicious.
was there, she would have had such a more wonderful
Really
time.
now. Can we
But
hear where
no,
Laura
I'm,
went?
I'm not going to take this. I'm going to let Laura tell the story. Where did you go, Laura, for the holidays?
I went wherever.
Tell
I went to Tortola.
Not only to Tortola, she went to Cane Garden Bay on the beach. Okay, that is my hometown.
Oh
Cane
my
Garden Bay.
God.
You know?
Too precious. And you
Could
didn't
you
know
imagine
anything
that?
about that?
And I did not know anything about
Lo
that.
siento, mi amor.
Yes.
I mean, yeah.
Yes.
So tell us, how was it?
It was absolutely amazing. We went there on a cruise. And so we spent the day there. Gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Can't wait to go back. And we also went to St. Thomas. We went to the Dominican Republic, to Puerto Plata. And we went to the Bahamas.
Wow.
And when we came back to Miami, because we did that right before Christmas, when we came back, we celebrated Noche Buena on the 24th, Christmas Eve. And this year we changed it up a little bit. So this year we have some friends that have invited us to Noche Buena quite a bit, but I was always hosting here, and we said, let's change it up a bit. I kind of like you, I wanted to relax. And so I said, hey, is that invite you always give us still open? And she's like, absolutely. So we went and we celebrated. Our family went over there, and it's the Blanco family. So we were with the Blancos and our other friends, the Acevedos. And that was Christmas Eve. And then Christmas morning, I did not sleep in, and I did not lounge in my bed all day, because we woke up, we had our gifts, and then we headed out to Savannah and in Charleston, South Carolina. So also South Carolina was nearby, not your spiritual place, but yes, in the neighboring areas.
Nice.
Amazing. So last year it was my turn to leave Miami. Now this year it was, you know,
yes.
I was
Everybody
the
came
one that
home.
was home for most of the time, you know, but it's all good. Yeah, but I still can't get over Laura going to Tortola to King God Bay on
That's
my beach.
awesome.
I
That's
know.
awesome.
Did you hear what I said? On my beach.
On your
Yes.
beach. Yeah.
Where I grew up. That's just, you know, that is so wrong, Laura. That is so wrong, but it's
We
so
just
right.
have to do it again.
Yeah, yes, we're gonna
Maybe
have to take a trip.
GWEP should
GWEP
go on a
will
cruise.
show
And maybe
us
we should
in
do
the
an
Virgin
episode
Islands.
there.
That's right.
Right?
Sounds like a plan.
Absolutely.
Well,
So
here's the thing. I did tell her I was going on a cruise.
she did.
I did. I just didn't say which ports.
Yeah, and I'm usually, you know, I usually would ask, you know, like, where you going? But it never dawned on me that it would be in the Virgin Islands, you know?
Yeah.
Well, I think we should invite our guests to come join us on a cruise, and we'll do the episodes down there.
Yes, definitely. That
So
would
let's
be
make a
awesome.
plan for
we
that.
will have a so
Yes.
Tortola, get ready for Global Women Enrichment.
Yes. Alrighty.
Alrighty, so
And I'd love in the chat to hear what everybody else did.
oh yes,
So if you
definitely.
could put it in the chat and let us know what your holidays were like, what Christmas was like, and what your traditions are all about, that would be amazing.
Awesome. So let's talk a little bit about Martin Luther King. You know, we do that every year. This year, we're just going to mention a few things about him because his birthday is celebrated on the 16th of January. So, Sandra, what would you say is the biggest impact on that Martin Luther King has had? What should I say, in your hometown or in you, for you as a person?
I think I'd have to speak for me as a person
Okay.
versus hometown, because growing up in Jamaica, I don't know that we focused that much on it. If we did, I knew of him through history and so forth, but he wasn't part of our heroes in Jamaica. We knew of him. But personally, as I got to read more about him and hear more about him, more so when I moved here, I think the thing about him that mattered the most to me was his humility. The fact that he was so big and so great. And I know that the church where he used to pastor is still a church that's there in Atlanta. I think we even visited it once when we went there. But he didn't believe in violence, but he believed in standing up for what's right. And so, in my mind, he almost reminds me of how Gandhi fought, that you're to stand up for what's right, but don't be violent. And I think that has a level of humility with it. It reminds me of my tiger on my wall at work, that even though you have such power, you can be meek and quiet, and it's
Right.
more powerful.
Awesome. And Laura?
Well, for me growing up, I grew up here in the States, so it was something we absolutely learned about. And I remember as a child learning what had happened, and then even seeing some documentaries. My parents were really into documentaries, and seeing that. And I just remember as a child just feeling very angry, because I couldn't understand why someone that was so good, and to your point, preached about peace and harmony and everything he preached about, would get killed, right? As a child, I didn't understand that. And then fast forward as an adult, I still can't understand it, right? Why, if you get into all the political things, yes, but, just from a humanity perspective, it's something that to me continues to upset me, that we would do that to someone who was preaching peace, who was preaching harmony, who was all about God and
Love.
love, and so many of the things that he spoke about, preached about, are talked about today,
Yes.
right? So
Thank you, Laura. For me, about Martin Luther King, I mean, what he stood for, like you guys said, the peace, the humility. I mean, he just exudes what I mean, just loving all mankind regardless of race, nationality. It doesn't matter. You are just a simple human being,
Right.
just being kind to each other. And like Dr. Brown said, what he stood for, and how he expressed, and how he had his rallies and all of those things, but they were all peaceful. So, having said that about Martin Luther King, um, the next thing we are going to talk about, and before I move on to that, you will notice that we do not have a Global Women Enrichment banner behind us. That is because we are in the lovely home of Laura Bonique. Thank you, Laura, for inviting us to your home. From time to time, we do that. So I think the next one is going to be Dr. Brown.
Sure, you can come to my deck. That's no problem.
She's putting us out on the deck, but that's okay.
It's
She just
lovely.
did a lovely deck. I
Yes.
haven't seen it yet. She didn't send me pictures nor anything, but I'm sure I'll eventually get to see it. And one day you guys will come to my home as well. You saved the best for last.
I think we'll come to your house for the next recording.
If you say so, Dr. Brown. But anyway, so moving right along. I did mention at the beginning that great things are going to be happening this year. You have heard us from 2020. We have been talking about Global Women Enrichment Conference. As a matter of fact, Global Women Enrichment, the podcast, was birthed from not being able to have the conference. So, but it is almost here. It will be on March 18th, 2023. And this is going to be a conference of all conferences. You cannot afford to miss it. At the conference, you are in for a treat, for the treat of your lifetime. You cannot afford to miss. Our very own Laura Bonique would be one of the speakers. Then you have met the lovely Dr. Betsy Guerra. She would be our keynote speaker. And the lovely Sylvia Strati. You will also be graced with beautiful ladies that make up our panel. And they're just going to be on a smaller scale, telling us or telling you about their journey to self actualization as well. This panel discussion will be led, and I'll give you one guess.
Moderated by.
Moderated by the one and only Dr. Sandra Brown.
Looking forward to you coming.
Yes, so we have a great lineup. When I say it's going to be dynamite, trust me, you have no idea. So get on board and invite as many of your friends, your colleagues, your co-workers. Men, if you're listening, you are also invited. Don't shy. Don't shy away from women. You know you love women, so make sure you bring your significant other, or your significant other bring you along with her, and you are in for a treat. There would be lots of giveaways, lots and lots of giveaways, lots and lots of surprises. Having said all of that, we again want to thank you for tuning in with us this evening. And again, we are happy that we are in 2023, and we are looking forward to continuing to come into your home every other Saturday and having that conversation with you guys. So until next time,
Remember to follow us at gwenrichment.com and go there for event details.